Hey guys, quick thing before the video starts. I didn't really do a full review this week. I actually did this one during the Crackdown review, and I was kind of like, well, I'm talking about Crackdown. All these Judge Dredd jokes. That's a tongue twister for you. And all that stuff and all cop stuff is making me think about Judge Dredd. I'll review the new one, Dredd 3D or whatever. So I did that. It's just a quick improv review. I didn't write any of it down. I just did it from how I did. And so that's this week. Next week I'm going to get back to doing regular reviews. Or, actually thought out, written, good. But, yeah, I'm also going to stop doing just game reviews. Like, I'm still going to review games. But my intention was always kind of do, like, bargain bin games, like $10 or less, I guess. And, I had Crackdown was $3, Rock Revolution was less than $1, so. But I'll review... I'll still probably review those games. Like I want to do like Brutal Legend, Stranglehold, maybe Time Shift. But I also probably do more movies. Maybe even like albums, or pretty much I'll just like review whatever I want. But most likely it's going to be like a game or a movie, record, something media related. I mean, if I want, I'll review like the new whatever sandwich at Burger King or something. Yeah, I'll just review whatever. And I'll make sure to put in the title if it's a game review, movie review, food review, porno review, So anyway, here's my review of Dredd. Hope you enjoy it, and full written reviews next week. You know what? Let's talk about cops and killing stuff and all these Judge Dredd references. I might as well just do a little review of Judge Dredd, or Dredd.
Negotiations over. The sentence is death.
Dredd. This is actually a really good movie. I'm just gonna kind of do an improv review here. It's about, Dredd. This guy, Judge Dredd. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic, I guess not post-apocalyptic, but a dystopian future where a lot of America has been basically made into a radioactive wasteland desert, and everyone's been forced to live in these big cities. And the first one, and I can't remember if there's only one or something, but it takes place in Mega City 1. They're basically these mega blocks. Mega blocks. They're down the street from Legos. Basically, it's a city block, but stacked like 200 stories high, so you get like 2 city blocks. And Judge Dredd goes into one of those with his new recruit, Anderson. And they go in just to check out a routine, not routine, I guess, homicide. And the place gets locked down by a drug lord called Mama. And they're going to go in and they're going to, kill the judges and all that fun stuff. I actually found out just the other day, this is actually an independent movie. I didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't look like an independent movie. I don't think. It looks like a big blockbuster one, but now I think about it, it is. Besides like the first 2 scenes, the whole movie pretty much takes place in one of these mega blocks called Peach Trees. And it's a really cool idea because it's just, they're stuck in this giant building. And it works really well. I mean, the opening scene's a car chase, so you get your obligatory car chase in a cop movie, which is pretty cool. And Judge Dredd's got this bitchin' motorcycle. It feels very claustrophobic, even though this structure is huge. And basically, they lock down the structure, and Mama announces over the intercom,
"This is Mama. Somewhere in this block are 2 judges. I want him dead."
So everyone's out to kill these 2 judges, Judge Dredd and Anderson. And Anderson's actually a psychic, which, when I first heard it, I was kind of like, okay, that seems like it's going to be a cheap way out, but suspension of disbelief and you'll be fine with it, really. It is extremely violent, though. I mean, they don't spare any detail. It's not like, ooh, I got shot right through the heart, blood, a little bit of flesh, oh, dead. No, it is full detail. I believe, was it Strong Bad once said about,
in the front, through their guts and organs and breakfast, and right out the back. That is nasty, man.
It's pretty much that. It is violent. I mean, there are people getting skinned alive. There is like incendiary grenades shoved in this guy's mouth. Well, not a grenade, like a bullet. It is not for the weak-stomached, I guess. I didn't expect it to be this violent, and it caught me off guard, but it was still really good. It's also not a long movie. It's 90 minutes. What's the actual running time? I think it was 96. Oh wow, I'm wrong. 96. Fuck it. But yeah, it's not a long movie, which I actually really enjoyed that, because it's so often you go see a movie and it's 2.5, 3 hours. And it's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Dark Knight Rises? What's this shit? I ain't got time to sit down for 3 hours. That's not to say all long movies are bad. I mean, long movies can be good. They can be really good. But you can keep it short, too. Quality over quantity. And I think that this movie says it pretty well, because it's independent, which I didn't realize. And it didn't do too well at the box office. It made, it was a $45 million budget. And they only made $35 million back, but I've heard it's doing really well in DVD sales. And I didn't get to see it in theaters. I wanted to, but, I didn't. It just showed up in theaters and then vanished. Like, no one saw it. Even though everyone said it was really good. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I think this is a really good movie. If, incredibly violent. So, be ready for that.
You look ready.
Carl Urban, he's really good as Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd's like basically a robot. He's not a cyborg at all. He's like completely human, but he acts like a robot. He's like no emotion. He's very cold, efficient, will do whatever he can just for the law and hold up his job. But he does that very well while still being sort of human and relatable. Which is, it's a good thing. But I think that's one of the reasons they have Anderson in there, is because she technically didn't pass the exam to be a judge, but she has this psychic ability, which is why, let's get her on there. And she's much more human than Dredd, even though she's technically a mutant, which they touched on more in the Stallone movie, which I never saw. I saw the Nostalgia Critic review of it, and I saw some of the other things about it, but I've seen about half that movie, and it's a lot goofier, and I don't think there's any actual blood in it, or if there is, there's not much. It's very kind of clean death, even though it can be kind of violent. Not with this one.
You have been warned.
What I like with Anderson is that, she's relatable, and that also, Judge Dredd never takes his helmet off through the entire movie. All you see is, that little bit of his face there. That's all you see of him. Underneath that fucking cool helmet. I mean, that's I think that's up there with Boba Fett and Master Chief level of cool helmets. And Iron Man stuff. That is a fucking cool helmet. Now, I never actually was into Judge Dredd as a comic, with the comics or anything. Honestly, most of what I knew about Judge Dredd was from the Anthrax song "I'm the Law," which is about Dredd. It's kind of just I'll just go see it. It's Anthrax. Anthrax wrote about it. It's got to be pretty cool. And the song made him sound really cool. And kind of a stupid reason as well, but Gavin Free from Rooster Teeth worked on the movie. He was fourth team away doing some of the slow motion. I'll talk about slow motion in a minute. That reminds me. And it's just, I love Rooster Teeth. I'm wearing the Laserface shirt. I got the Griff poster back there. I got two Red vs. Blue posters right there. I got Sarge right back there. I got another one of it. I love Rooster Teeth. It's an obsession. Don't kill me. Why not don't kill me? I don't fucking know. Don't kill me either way. But yeah, it's just kind of oh, cool, Gavin worked on this. I'll have to check this out. Spaffy Waffle tease it. I don't know. I really recommend checking this movie out. It's dark, gritty, violent. My computer just turned off. It's a lot of fun's not the right word, but very action, very violent, good fights. Dredd's got this fucking awesome gun that shoots all these different kinds of rounds. It's really cool. There's some really good slow motion scenes in this movie. And like slow-mo is always just kind of like a gimmick, it seems sometimes. Especially like there's a lot of slow-mo in this, but it actually makes sense because there's a drug in this movie called slow-mo.
Makes the brain feel as if time is passing at 1% its normal speed.
Which is kind of cool. And Mama, who's like the main villain, is leader of a drug cartel gang which produces and sells slow-mo. But yeah, Dredd, or I guess it's supposed to be called Dredd 3D, but it's not 3D on here. Really good movie. Go check it out. Get it on Netflix, or I'd say go buy it. Help the company out that made it, because they didn't make their money back from production, and I think they definitely should have. This is a really good movie. It's one of the best I've seen in a while.
I am the law.
All right, random review over, I guess. I might do more of these, just spewing them out here. Not so much like my video game ones, but who knows? It might be fun to do just random reviews of stuff. I'd be up for it. I'm a critic, isn't everyone? There, see ya.